You have three options for adding volunteers to your Track It Forward organization. You can ask them to self-register, you can add volunteers one by one, or you can import a list of volunteers using an Excel spreadsheet. You can decide what makes the most sense based on your workflow. Let's start by asking volunteers to self-register. From your organizer dashboard, go to the Promote page. Here you will find the direct link to your organization's site on Track It Forward. You can share this link with your volunteers in an email or by posting it on your website. Your volunteers will be redirected to the registration page that's unique for your organization that includes all of the custom profile fields you've created. You can decide if you want to individually approve each volunteer registration or just have them added to the site automatically. The next option is adding volunteers one by one. Go to the Volunteers page, and on the left-hand side you will see an option for adding volunteers. This is a great option if you have a couple volunteers you want to add to the site right away as you're testing out the system for the first time. This is also an easy way to add somebody to the site if they need to have administrative privileges. Oftentimes, somebody with administrative privileges does not need to fill out the volunteer profile, so this is a great way to bypass those required fields and just create an account on their behalf. After the volunteer has been added to your list, you can click on their name, go to the Permissions tab, and then upgrade their permission level. This is an easy way to get your administrators set up on the site immediately. Finally, we can import a list of volunteers using an Excel spreadsheet. Go to Import Volunteers, and on the next page you will see a list of your current volunteer profile fields. You'll need to make sure that your Excel spreadsheet matches up with each column. In addition to the profile information, you will need to set a username and a password on behalf of your volunteers. To make it simple, we recommend just copying and pasting the email address for the username. For the password, you can pick something for your organization, but then just copy it and paste it for all the volunteers. They will be prompted to reset the password after they log in for the first time. When all of your information is ready, you can copy it from the spreadsheet and paste it into Track It Forward. Click Validate, and you will see a preview of how your data will look. This gives you an opportunity to make sure that all of your data is matched up with the appropriate field on the volunteer profile. If everything looks good, click Submit. You will see a confirmation message that your volunteers have successfully been added to your Track It Forward site. This process creates an account on their behalf, but it does not automatically notify the volunteer of their new account. If you want to send an invitation to the volunteer to start using Track It Forward, go back to the Volunteers page. If this is the first time you're importing volunteers, you can click the top left-hand checkbox and select all the volunteers on your list and send a mass invite to everybody. However, if you're importing volunteers in batches, you might need to filter the list to only send the invite to new volunteers. For instance, maybe you just added the incoming class of students. You could filter the list by the graduation year to select the students who are new to the site. Go back to your Actions tab, select Send Invitation, and click Run. And then you're all set. The volunteers can start tracking hours.